Hello everybody and welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm in my bathroom and all day yesterday, well pretty much all day, it seemed like it anyway, I was wallpapering this bathroom. Uh, my husband started out to do it, which I was hoping he would do it, but he just can't. He doesn't, his feet are too big, I'll just say that. His feet are too big. He can't climb around on the counters. He can't climb the ladder, and he's just not coordinated enough to do it in this tiny bathroom. So anyway, I'm going to wallpaper the rest of it. That's what I did all day yesterday. I think he did about one sheet over here that y'all saw, maybe saw his little short video. And he did one sheet, and so then I took it over. Okay. Now, I've wallpapered before many times. I used to really like it. Now it's just a job. But anyway, my wallpaper was $2.99. I got it over at Salvation Army. It was $2.99. The discount day, I got it for about $2.25. And this is the company, if you're interested in that print or whatever. Anyway, okay, well I'm going to get started. And I'm going to have to go in and out of these rooms because I got to measure. And then I got to put it in some water to soak. It's pre-pasted. So first off, I'm going to get up here and match my pattern up. You lose, when you have a pattern, you lose some wallpaper. And I save all the scraps in case I run into trouble, like doing the little corners and things like that. It doesn't really have to totally match up. But anyway, I'm going to match this up, and then we're going to go around the corner, and I'll show you how I cut it. And then I'll come back and put it in. I got about that much water into the bathtub, and I'm going to put it completely under the bathtub in the bath water, and it'll stay about 5 minutes. And then I take it out, drain it a little bit, and then bring it around and work it onto the wall. Now, I'm going to go up, so I'm going to try and bring y'all up. That's where I'm going to be, up there. And I'm going to match up. Now all my leaves are facing up. I got to remember that. The thing about putting wallpaper, you got to keep your head about you and remember things. Okay, we're going to match up right. What about right there? There's the matchup. Now see how much I lose down here. Well, I'll just have to lose it. Or this right here is just a small piece. I can just come right over it if I wanted to. Okay, now instead of cutting it off, okay, we're gonna go up. See, this is, you need to be actually pretty strong-handed. Okay, here we go. I'm going to match right onto that, and I'm going to get right about here. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to go outside. Okay, we're going out. Now then, and I'm going to tilt you back down so you can see how I'm measuring and cutting. I hope I can get you down there. Oh, okay, that might be the floor there. Okay. Now, I got this spot right here. Smart person probably might have marked that with a pencil or something. Okay? And then we hold this down here with something so it won't be an aggravation. And here's this. Roll this back to keep it from aggravating you. Okay. And I use this. This is what I use in my artwork to make a line straight, or if I'm working at something like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is put it where I want it cut, and then I'm going to make sure it's level by that touching. Oh, well, that was good. Okay. By that touching. Okay. Now touch here straight, and that's straight. And then you'll bring your pencil down. There. And now that's where you're going to cut. Okay, my scissors. That's why I have scissors hanging everywhere. I have scissors everywhere. Okay, then I'm just going to cut down. Now I'm going to go put this into the bathtub. Okay. Get you back in here into this little, whoops. Okay. I'm sorry about my hand and arm. The room is small and I'm big and a mess. Okay. Now I'm putting this into the bathtub water. Now I'm trying to press it down so that it'll all be underwater, patterned down. You know, so the glue will be up on the top. It's pre-pasted. So what's happening is the glue is softening. It just looks like kind of a jelly, a little bit of a jelly stuff. And it sticks. Now, something I did do yesterday was I had a glue stick, you know, like I use for paper, you know, on your desk and all, putting pictures in albums. And I kept that in my pocket in case I needed it because I didn't want any little bump ups. Now, if this matches here, when I bring this down, I'll just go over this, but otherwise, no. Okay. So let's see what I can talk about while I'm waiting. Let's see, I'll turn it around so you can see what I've already done yesterday. And boy, was I sore. I laid down to rest to watch television. And oh my gosh, I couldn't hardly move. Okay, I'm working on that side. Now, let's see, I've got this all done all the way up and all the way in and behind these cabinets. So see right there where that doesn't match way up there? That doesn't matter. What I did was, nobody's seeing that. And I used every scrap because I only had 2 rolls. And that's what I was after, to make sure. Now, I'll show you when I first undid the roll, the edging of the paper, and I debated whether to throw that piece away or not, but I didn't. And you could, and then use it for scrap. But right here and here, this is the edge of the wallpaper that got bumped or knocked, you know, in the store there. So all I do is take some paint of this same color and just rub it into it, and you'll never see that. Okay. And this is where I've got to go. I'm going to start here. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to work around. Now that's a closet. That's a bedroom door. And then around over here to above this door. So anyway, that's where I'm at and what I'm doing. So, I already, you know, put in my night light back. Put in a picture here. Y'all seen me buy this picture the other day. Put this in here. And got the clock back up. And put the towel rack back up. I did unscrew the towel rack because I was wrestling. Cutting around that. You can do it, but it's, you know, it's more trouble than it's worth. If you can get something off, then you can put it right back on. This was taken off. Put back on. And then, of course, I just set what was back up on the counter back in here. So, and I like to do the little areas at a time and put things back so I feel like I'm not overwhelmed by all the work I got to do. Now, in this tiny bathroom, this tiny area that has the toilet and the tub in it, I've decided that that wouldn't be smart for me to wallpaper this. Because, see, you got a shower head and you splatter water, so I thought that I would leave that alone, and I might come in here and put the wallpaper on this wall and this wall here above the toilet, and then around and behind the door. If I have enough, and I'm sure I will because I've just opened that roll. Okay, so but that's what I'm doing here, and I'm not going to do over there at the shower because water does go up. You can see water will go up, and that's better if that's painted with some type of enamel paint so it doesn't you know, get on the wet wallpaper. After all, it's just paper. It's not vinyl. So, but anyway, I'm gonna set this back to be ready. Whoops, I'm sorry. To be ready to go back up. Okay. Let me turn it over. Okay. Now, there we are. Okay, we're going to be up there. We're going to be right up here in this corner with that next piece. So I'm going to go get it, and we're going to put that on. Now I'm holding it in my hands and I'm letting it drain a little bit, so I'm going to have to go across the floor making a mess. And I'm looking at the pattern, and I have the leaves facing upward, and I want to keep in mind that everything, concentrate on everything I'm doing so I don't mess up. I have seen people put wallpaper on upside down. Now, paper itself will stretch. So putting it on is very, very careful. You're not pulling the paper, you're not stretching the paper. What you do is you don't, I'm holding it, trying to hold the best I can. I'm not pulling it apart. I'm not forcing it, because you'll stretch it and then your pattern is not going to work. And then when it starts to dry, it will start drying away from that. Okay, I'm just going to swing that over there and put it down. Now I'm going to find my pattern. Well, normally I like to cut it real close to the top, but this time go around I got a little bit of extra. Now there's my pattern. Now I'm not going to take and pull this, no, I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it by sliding it, because now it's kind of slimy underneath there. It's slimy and that glue is working. Okay. Now, if it happens that this matches and this don't match, you've gone and stretched it. So just keep working with it till you get it to size back up in there. And I do have a blade that I use to cut, and I use scissors. Now see, it's matching right there. Keep that white line gone, keep that seam together. They do make a roller, a little bitty roller, that it presses the seams on wallpaper. Now see, here we go. I've lapped over that right there, and it's matching, so I'm going to keep that. Okay, now I'm going to hold it while I erase this. I'm not pulling, I'm just taking this over to get it over into its position that it's going to go. Okay, now what it's doing over here is laying over the door, so I've got to cut it. There we go. You put your hand here and support it. You don't want it to leave, and you press. You press on that. Now on your wall itself, you try to get those lumps and bumps out. On those lumps and bumps, just kind of get you a hammer and tap them in, or a putty, and fill up the nail holes. You can't get it perfect, but you want to try to avoid any thing that you can see as you're walking by and the light glances through, and you can see flaws on that wall and that wallpaper. Just keep working it. Keep working it till you get it over. And that crack, that seam is going to come open. Just bring it right back. Bring it back. This is a corner. That's kind of hard to do. Here we go. And you just keep going back on these things later, looking. And look at it at an angle. If you see a bubble or glob, you just take your hand and work it to the nearest exit there, and work the glue out or the air out, whichever one it has. And I'm holding it in place, and I'm smoothing over here. Now, just keep going. Now I'm gonna move my ladder up and over this way, and I'm gonna cut this paper. Could bring it in here. Keep an eye on this. Bring it in here, and if I had a blade, I would cut down. I'll have to go get my blade. I found my corner right there. Now we'll keep coming back and checking this opening over here. This is actually the worst place to show y'all. Wait till I get it cut and then I'll come back and work on that. Feel that corner? I got the frame on this door over here is what I'm at, where I'm at. This wallpaper is not complicated. If you can sew, or if you like putting bubbles together, anything like that, you can do a wallpaper. Okay, now see I've got that cut, and I'm gonna bring this around over here. And this is a little bit up too. Now on some houses, in which particularly my house is, some places aren't level like you want them to be. You might end up with uneven places. You just have to figure out where they are. Okay, we're gonna bring that back some more. There we go. I'll come back around here and make sure I ain't messed up there. Okay. Now here we go. Here's this piece. We're gonna mark that. Okay. Okay, now I'll go ahead and cut this and then go take a look over there. Now, we're going to hang on to this piece and we're going to put it somewhere where the glue doesn't come off, get stuck on something, because we might need this piece. Okay, even the tiny little strips that you have, even the little scraps that you think, no, I'm not going to use that, but you might. If you accidentally cut where you didn't mean to. Now, I've got a towel that I'm going back and I'm taking off some of this water and glue, and I'm working the corner up. Yeah, like I said, anybody can wallpaper really, but what you have to do is focus, really focus on what you're doing. Keep it, in mind, everything that you're doing. See, that's how you move it. You slide. You don't pick up and pull the corners. Because you're just going to tear or you're going to stretch. Okay, now we come back and pull that back together. Pull you back together. Get all that extra glue that's going to be oozing out of the ends. Okay, it's gonna run down on the floor, and you want to keep that up so you don't get too much there and break your neck. Slide down on it. Okay. Now, I have, after wallpapering, I have gone and got that caulk, and caulk make it really nice, and it also helps hold that paper in there. So that paper's really not going to go anywhere. Okay. Now I'm going to get way up here and cut that ceiling. When I was much bigger. I could not climb on the ladder. This ladder would not hold my weight. And I'm ashamed to say that, but that's the position that I was in. I'd gotten myself into that position where I had to be careful. You know, places I sat, couldn't climb on ladders. It's a terrible way to be. But I'm not that way now, thank goodness. Thank the goodness. Okay. Now I didn't get my blade, but I'm using this edge of the scissors. These scissors are extremely sharp. Now I'm gonna pull this down here, and I'm gonna cut it with the scissors, just to save time. It's already marked from me pressing on it. Okay. See how I've done? Okay. Now, you see these pieces I talk about. Don't throw those away yet. Put that in the sink. Don't throw them away yet till you're totally dialing through, because you might have a little edge and it just bother you to death that you have left a little gap, tiny gap, and you just take a piece and you put it right up under the paper and make sure it has a lot of glue and bring it on down. Now I'm going to come around here and check my seam one more time. Now I'm going to mark it with my scissors. Okay, I'm going to pull that open. And if I had my blade, which I didn't go get, well, can't seem to get a hold of it. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Up, and now let me it down. And I'll come around here. And I'm going to make sure that I have, see the glue coming out of that seam? It'll still keep coming out. That's good. We want plenty of glue. And I'm going to try to look at it from the side and make sure I don't see any bubbles. And then, you know, when I get to this other piece here, I will keep checking this one to see if it's draining or if there's a bubble that's popped up, anything like that. Okay. Alrighty. Just checking. Okay, now this piece. Okay. Now, I don't know how gonna get my camera around here. So I think what I'm gonna do is, now let me see if I can move the camera over. Here we go. Okay, yeah, there you are. Y'all are in that piece. Now I'm gonna get the roll again, let it out here. Okay, now I've got the roll, and I found my blade. Of course, it's out of its holder, but I still use it. Okay, now I'm going to come up, and remember, my leaves are upward. You'll have that pattern, or you have another pattern. Just remember which pattern is. Keep your mind on your pattern. Now, here we go. We're going to find, now that might not, okay, we're going to find the match. This is where you lose your paper. This is where you lose paper. And that's why, you know, it costs you so much if you buy a pattern. See how much paper I'm losing right here, that whole piece. And what I may do is put it up there anyway, because back here, unless I'm just really picky, you know, I'm gonna have to go up more. Okay. When this roll gets lighter, it gets easier to handle. Up. And it is right there. And I'm going to fold it and press that, okay? Now it's got a crease right there. Now, okay. We're going to go back outside, and I'm going to show you one more time how to cut. Now, if you have a table, that'd be great. But I don't have a table. I have a round table. But anyway, okay. Here we go again. Here's where I marked. This is what I'm using to hold this down so it won't be an aggravation. And then I've got this for this side. Those things will just curl and run you crazy. So now I've got this out here. There's where our mark is right there. And now it's even because we bring this up. Okay, right there. Stay still. And take your pencil. There you go. See how those want to roll up and aggravate? Now I'm going to cut right on the line. If you had a table, you probably could just run a blade down it, but by my pattern. Again, I'll show you my pattern. My leaves are going upward. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go back in here. Okay. Now, when I put it in the tub and lay it on, I'm going to lay it on its back into the water, and I'm going to press my hands over it. Make sure the water goes over the top, because when you go to pick it up and go see about it, you'll know what's wet and what ain't wet, because the part that's not wet will be whiter. But you just be careful and don't forget it. Okay. Okay. Now, get this over here. Okay. Okay, we'll give it a few minutes. And we're going to end up doing this right here behind the door. And these pieces here, this piece that I saved. Now, I got a little strip right there. And I can go ahead and add that in. I'm going to move the camera back over here. And, now, let me see if you can understand what I'm telling you. I'm going to bring it up.